Hello and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game but doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's introduce our cast. Please introduce yourself, your character's name, your age, and your class. Let's start with Priscilla.
Hi, I'm Priscilla. I play Isburiel, the half-elf bard, who is 17 years old.
Let's jump over to Boya.
Hello, I am Boya. I play a character named Bug, and he's a bugbear warlock. He's 12 years old.
And Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I play Zip. She is a drow fighter, and she's 16 years old.
Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm playing Swell. He's a Wadaganasi cleric who is 15 years old.
And our guest today is Lauren.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren. I play Stinging Nettle, the 15-year-old Tabaxi artificer.
And I'll be your Dungeon Mancer, Brian. I'm currently running the party's NPC companion, Sutran, a magically animated severed hand of a spellcaster from decades ago who is searching for her other hand so she can magic herself back a body. I'm also playing Whispering Axe, a broad, muscly Tabaxi teen who is helping guide the party at the moment. The team of teens has been teleported to the island of Sleeping Fire, where they are looking for a gelatinous gem in the lair of the late Yuan-Ti wizard Dormir Strongsoul. After fighting some animated armor and self-swinging swords that guarded the entrance, the group took a much-needed break, with the furriest of them forming a cuddle puddle around Isburiel. A short rest later, the battered group found a kitchen full of rats, a bookshelf full of tawdry pulp novels, and a bedroom full of danger. A bedsheet attacked a beleaguered Isburiel, cocooning her to almost death, while the rest of the party slashed the fabric into shreds. Zip, who is feeling frustrated with her companions for almost dying again, took her guilt and worries to the dining room and read some pulpy adventures. The rest kept looking through the bedroom for more treasure, finding a few restorative potions left in the bedside table and a locked chest that was full of monetary treasure. Isburiel drank too deeply of some brandy and has become a lump that Whispering Axe is carrying around. The party tried to get the grumpy Zip back into the spirit of adventure. In a battle almost as difficult as the one with the lair's animated defenses, the party managed to beat Zip's bad mood and get her back into being her best questing self. We ended last week with the would-be heroes opening a door to Dormir's laboratory. This oddly shaped room has bottles containing fluids of all the colors of the rainbow, as well as several human-sized glass tubes containing larger liquids, thick and animated, moving around furiously at their presence. There are books, alchemical equipment, cupboards, and painted on the floor is a series of symbols. On the other side of this day-glow green linework lies an emaciated-looking woman with dark brown-like, bark-like skin and green leaves for hair. Past her in the corner is an enormous gelatinous gem, the one you guys have been searching for. Priscilla, your character was kind of out of it last week, right?
Yes, he basically decided to take a alcohol-fueled nap.
So
Although, given that Axe is now carrying him around over her shoulder, he's liable to have become half conscious at least.
Okay, I wanted to offer you the option of running Whispering Axe and having Whispering Axe do some of your talking if you wanted Isburiel to stay drunk and out of it. If you wanted to chime in with I think we should do this, trying to voice some of Isburiel's ideas or Priscilla's ideas in the scene, you're welcome to join in with that.
No,
you don't have to.
He'll probably just regain consciousness whenever it's convenient for me.
All right, that works too. So Lauren, we've just finished introducing everybody and doing the recap of what's happened, so you haven't really missed much.
Cool.
You guys are now in this room, and you are free to do stuff as you wish. Ask questions, tell me what your characters are doing, make checks, all that kind of good stuff.
We investigated stuff in this room already.
No, this is where we ended last week, so it's a brand new location.
I want to investigate the wall of shiny, colorful rainbow objects.
All right. So Stinging Nettle walks over to these objects, and she's right next to these bubbling and swirling around amorphous creatures, and the jars also are shimmering around a little bit too. They're shaking a little bit. Give me an investigation check.
All right. I will roll that at 13. Wait, no, plus 2, 15.
15. These bottles, as best as you can tell, are all the same size and weight and contain an equal amount of liquid, but it's not entirely liquid. They're kind of goopy, they're kind of oozy, and seem to be samples of some sort related to perhaps the oozes in the other containers. You're not sure exactly what they are. They seem to jiggle around a little bit, but are they sentient in the same way? You're not sure.
Interesting.
Anybody else want to do
So
something
we
with the room?
we see the. Is that a girl lying on the floor?
It's a woman. Yeah,
Okay.
she looks like she has bark skin and leaves for hair.
I'm gonna
I'm
go
gonna-
up. Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go up and I'm assuming that these runes here are some kind of force field. So I'm just gonna go up and kind of stick my sword into it and see what happens.
Like trying to put it beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no force field there.
Oh, okay. Can I try and like scratch the runes a little bit with with the tip of my sword?
If you want, you can try and do that.
Sure, I'll give it a try.
Okay. You scratch some runes off of the floor, and then the being springs to life, goes, "Ha ha! I'm free!" and disappears.
What?
wait. The woman on the floor
Yep.
disappears.
She casts a spell and disappears.
Great.
Well,
Great.
Who
Okay.
was that?
Very lucky if Birdiel's not awake.
Don't care. I'm gonna also like lean in and kind of poke the stand that the gem is on with my sword a little bit to see if it activates anything.
So is this you doing an investigation check for traps, or is this just
Sure,
you
yeah.
like?
Well, like kind of, but also just kind of poking around.
Alright.
Oh,
Doesn't sound like she's checking for traps.
Okay. You're poking around at the thing. It feels like the thing that holds it in is very stable. It seems to be bolted.
Okay, but it doesn't set off anything. I'm not getting like zapped or anything like that.
You're not being zapped.
Okay. Well,
I'm gonna
seeing,
So, Bug, you were walking up with
Yeah.
Zip.
yeah,
Bug.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, so seeing that Zip has, like, this is not that dangerous. I'm like, well, we need to get this thing. This is what we came here for, right? So let's get this thing off.
Yeah. Hey, don't you have that spell that lets you like lift stuff up without touching it?
No, the magic hand, no. It's only for smaller objects.
you can only lift up to 5 pounds. Is that a character?
This
Yeah, I
looks-
believe.
Yeah,
How much do you think that gem weighs?
Definitely
like
more than
50 pounds, at least. Let's,
Whatever happened to that wagon that
I
we
don't
had?
know.
The wheelbarrow.
Let's, wait, can we try? I'll try to lift it. Guys, should we try to lift it?
Do you think we'll get zapped if we try?
I mean,
mean-
Zip didn't.
Can I
get zapped.
can I poke the gem with my sword a little bit too?
Are you poking with the sharp end or the blunt end?
The sharp end.
Oh boy.
All right, roll me some damage.
No.
No.
Oh, on the gem?
Yeah, you're poking it with your sword, right? I asked you
Just
if
like
you were using the sharp
lightly.
end.
Gently with
like a
that.
tit tit, like that, like a ting ting.
Just to see if it's gonna like come to life or something.
You poke it with the sword, and it like you damage the gem. The
Okay.
gem is like it's like a bowl of jelly, and you've just stuck your sword, and now there's like this hole in it.
It takes 11 points of damage.
Oh my god.
I wasn't even trying that hard.
What are you doing?
It's
Well-
probably less than 11 points of damage because you weren't fully trying to hit it, but
Yeah.
it has taken some damage now.
Well, okay, let's just quickly scoop it onto the.
I'm just trying to make sure that none of
wheelbarrow.
you grab it, and it's gonna.
So instead
Explode
you
in your
stab
face and you
the
die.
jelly gem.
And so instead, yeah, you're going to destroy our only chance of finding out anything.
I
So
don't
we
really
did-
care. I just don't want you to die.
It's
So
fine.
grab it then if you want it. Let's get out of here.
Does anybody have that thing, like an invisible man, that you can use to
I'll
look at it instead?
look down at Isubriel's limp form, and
Ah,
it's
right.
heated.
I imagine at some point, like Axe would have put him down, particularly like when people are trying to say, "Oh, we didn't."
I'm gonna grab that chair and pull it over away from everything, and say to Axe, "Can you put him down there for me, please?"
Yeah.
And then I
So
want.
Isburiel's in the chair now.
He's already kind of stirring. Ugh.
Right, because you just drank too much, didn't you? Was it
Yeah,
like
or
actual?
well, he was really more just very tired.
Okay.
And he kind of looks around and says, "All right, what about we now?"
We found the gem. Look. It's made out of jelly, and it's just been stabbed.
Why was the jelly gem stabbed?
I just gesture over.
I'm like wiping the end of my sword. Wiping the jelly
Never
off.
mind.
Zip
Never mind.
decided to do a stab on it, but we wanted to see if we could get your invisible man to touch it. So we are making sure, because everything else in this place has been full of traps, and we're trying to see if this one is also a trap. It probably is.
Oh, us? Sure. Give me 10 minutes.
Okay.
And he kind of like leans over in the chair
I
and
start
starts to draw like the summoning circle.
Yeah, and I
that
gently
I
pick
have.
through your hair while you're doing that. This usually wakes me up. It usually helps.
So we're gonna spend 10 minutes.
So
Sure,
while
okay.
you're doing that, anybody who's paying attention to what's going on in the room
Yep.
basically realizes that the oozes that were freaking out are now entranced with what Isburiel is doing on the floor.
Mm.
Their like faces and hands are pressed up against the glass like this.
Whoa.
Are these the ones in the big tubes?
Yes.
Like, okay.
The small ones have never formed anything that resembles a face, but
Mhm.
the other ones have.
It's sort of kind of notices like he has an audience now, and so he starts to make things a little bit flashier. Like instead of just sort of like limply drawing the diagram, he starts to add a little bit of crispness to it and throws out his cape a little bit.
All right, well then give me a little performance roll.
Well, that was a good roll. 23.
All right, they're enraptured. After 10 minutes, it looks like nothing happens, but something happens because it's invisible.
Oh, who's cat?
I kind of just gesture at the gem and tell Oas, I think is his name currently, this current incarnation. It's probably too heavy for you to lift, but give it a try, and if not, at least I can see if it kills you.
So
Comforting.
a little bit later, you see like the gem go wiggle, 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 and the part where Zip cut it with the sword is sort of going, and it seems to be getting a little bigger. The hole.
Oh no.
I'm gonna look over at Stinging Nettle and I say, "Didn't you say you make things, or you fix things, or something of the sort?"
Ah, yes. Well, it might be a little tricky on magical things, but it doesn't seem like it's attacking, so I can go ahead and give it a try. And so I'm gonna cast Mending. I'm gonna go over to it and cast Mending on it and just like lay my hands, like hover them right over there, and my hands glow a faint whitish aura over the hole that's trying to get bigger, and it basically repairs a single break or tear in an object I touch. So as long as it's not larger than 1 foot in dimension, I can mend it.
All All right, you are there in time, and you touch the gem, and it feels wibbly wobbly, and the cut disappears.
Ta-da!
Nicely done. Fixing other people's errors.
It happens. I think the question is, how are we going to get this thing out of here, and if we can actually lift it up.
Well, doesn't it have that the space thing? Can't we just lift it up by the base thing?
I guess so. I have a feeling.
What happened to our wheelbarrow anyway?
It's back out the front. We just, I'll be right back, and I'll head back out.
I kind of want. Wasn't there like a book next to the chair, like on that?
Yeah, there are other books and things around there.
I kind of want to take a look through those. I fully expect it to be mostly more trashy romances and trashy pulp novels, but.
If you want to look through the books, do you want to give me an investigation check? Or let's see, I'll tell you what's there. Just so the book that's there is he's writing his journal about things that have been going on and some observations. He's been studying the oozes. Are you going to the beginning? Are you going to the flipping to the middle, checking out the end? Going to take time to read the whole thing?
I mean, there's probably not time to read the whole thing, so I'm just gonna like flip through and see what catches my eye.
Okay. Then for that, give me an investigation check.
I'll take it with, I'm sure, but oh, that was bad.
Sorry, what was that?
It was 4.
4. Yeah, and then at the end, it's something about trying to interrogate this being from another dimension to try and get some more information on the oozes.
I guess he's been studying these things, and he hooks them over his shoulder at the tubes. And then something about interrogating someone from another dimension. But
There was a lady with skin like. No, I'm not there. Never mind.
You're there.
I'm out of the room. No, I went back to get the thing.
The wheelbarrow.
Yeah, but he's been flipping through the book for like a couple of minutes, like looking for information. So by the time that Boyle's probably summed up what's in there, sort of going, yeah, I see that page and that page and that page, interesting diagrams. You're probably back, so feel free to chime in. It's not a long walk back with the wheelbarrows.
So then y'all just
it took you guys time only because you were being cautious and getting wrapped up in things.
Yeah, I'll mention that there was a lady with bark-like skin on the ground within the circle. But she's gone
broken
now.
circle.
Yeah.
I fall asleep for 5 minutes and everything goes to pot.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
I'm gonna go look over. Kind of want to look at the oozes and like make funny faces at them and start doing dances and see how they react.
They react by watching you, and they seem very interested in you and doing your dances and funny faces and things.
And I hop over and I'm like, ooh, they like magic a lot. Do you have like a... Do I have thaumaturgy? Let me see. I don't think I do. Do you have like any sparkly easy spells like to cast for them? They might like it.
Kind of snap a finger, and then like this little illusion of a flower in my hand kind of floats up, very Beauty and the Beast style, with like sparkles coming off of it, and then it vanishes. And then I do a couple of just regular old sleight of hand and magic tricks instead of real magic. I kind of want to see if they react differently to actual illusion magic versus, stage magic.
They do not seem to do an insight check.
5.
Yeah, they don't seem to react any differently. It's hard to tell.
I want to see if I can see if they react different. Oh, it's a 2, so that's not going to happen. Never mind.
I'm more concentrating on putting on a good show than actually seeing what their reaction is.
Doing great, and I'm like clapping along. Also entranced.
Anybody else want to explore something in the room?
There were like some potion, like maybe like vials, like scientific vials as well. I think naturally I would be interested in that for sure.
Do you want to go check out the alchemical equipment?
Yes.
All right. There's all sort of stuff. There's an alchemy set, a very nice alchemy set. You think that if you had the supplies and stuff, you might be able to make some potions and things here.
Ooh.
Super, was there anything in the diary about where the wizard was going after? Like, where they'd be now?
I look at the last entry and then I flip back, like I look back over the last few pages to see if there's any notes about, I intend to take a journey, blah, blah, blah.
No, there's nothing at the end that explains where he was going.
Yep. Looks like he just dies at the end. No explanation.
Not a very good
It's a very
story.
unsatisfying ending.
Well, he seems to be quite obsessed with that, considering all the thoughts he left to kill us.
Do I know what supplies are required to make potion? And I'm sure we probably don't have any.
You know that, you know some potions maybe, but like, you would need a book on making potions. So you might want to check the bookshelf for that, or check the cupboards. If you guys want to do a further exploration of the room, I can tell you what else is there if that's something you guys are interested in.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Going to basically just try and plumb every corner of this thing because we're here.
Gonna roll through.
Secret, you know.
You flip open the cupboard doors and you see a set of paints and some blank canvases, as well as some filled canvases. They have fairly primitive looking landscapes on them. Whoever painted on them was not an excellent painter. And there's also a large conch shell that is made out of, that is ornamented with metal and gemstones. And
do I recognize it at all?
Give me an Arcana check.
Arcana. -1, 13.
Yeah, you're pretty sure that if you take one of those tune wheels that Zip uses to listen to music on, do you have one as well?
No, I don't.
If you took Zip's tune wheel and you slid it in to this, like locked it into this one spot, this would broadcast it and play music loudly.
Oh, it's a shell dock. Dock, you put your music wheel in there, and then it'll amplify it so we all can listen. That's cool.
Oh, I'll do it.
That's cool. I like that.
I'll put my tune wheel into it.
All right. Play some music and see what happens with these oozes.
What type of music are you going to play?
I'm going to play some of my rock music.
All right.
Which
So-
is the sound of rocks being smashed together
And smash,
melodically.
Yeah.
Melodic
like-
rock smashing.
kind of like stomp or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this rock
Dwarven
music
rock music.
goes on, and the oozes start looking over at the where the sound's coming from, wherever you put the conch shell, and are enraptured with that now.
Ugh, fickle audiences these days.
If
I
you
think
keep,
you just need to be more entertaining.
Are you not entertained?
If you keep looking through the room, you find a whole bunch of books, including Dormir's research for spells in progress. There's a spell book, but none of you are wizards, so you don't really know what's in it or what it's all about, but you're pretty sure it's a spell book. At least one of you can identify that from having seen somebody who had one in the past in your group.
I mean, my mentor is a wizard, so I assume I am somewhat familiar.
There you
I'm
go.
probably gonna list that anyway. Just 'cause
Sure.
I'm like, hey, it's free loot.
Free loot.
Until whenever he comes back or whatever. But
In one of the books, there are recipes for potions for healing, greater healing, superior healing, lesser restoration, and potions of resistance.
Let's take that.
nice.
And there are ingredients to make a lot of these. Like you can make a few of each of them. What it means game-wise is somebody who can cast a spell, so a healing spell, spends 8 hours, they can make a potion of healing. And then
So not just if you have proficiency in alchemy.
that's right. There'd be a check, I guess, at the end. And if you have proficiency in alchemy, you would have a better chance at succeeding. But all of the monetary costs of producing a potion, you don't have to worry about it because you have all the stuff here. It just hasn't been done. Likewise, if you have the spell resistance, you can make the potion of resistance. If you have lesser restoration, you can make the potion of lesser restoration.
Ooh.
I couldn't see in the explanation on how to make items in the Dungeon Master's Guide about the difference between healing, greater healing, and superior healing. But I would say that healing would be a first level or cantrip, and then greater healing would be second level at least, and superior healing would need to be third level at least to be able to. You'd have to know like a higher level healing spell of some sort in order to be able to access those higher levels of potions. So you guys can make a bunch of regular healing potions, and I'm pretty sure resistance. Swell, you have that, right? As a cleric?
I do have. What do I have? I definitely have like cure wounds and stuff. Is that what you mean?
Yep.
And I have.
And I know Burial has a cure that would allow them to do it as well.
Okay. And I am resistant, like inherently resistant to like acid. So could I? Okay. So
No,
it
it
needs
would
to
be
be
if
a
you can
spell.
if you can cast resistance.
Okay. I'm sure I can. I probably just need to prepare it for the day.
You're gonna have to look through the list of cleric spells.
There's so many
while I go
spells
on.
to look through. So many.
There's books called Ooze This by Melix Tome Mind, Mold by Laszlo Sharkquill, Slimes of the Northwest by Plumbus Keeneye, Illithid Society by Flom Skystepper, Beyond Haelon by Flom Skystepper, and Sepulchre of Pulchritude by Dreven Love Smuggler. So there is one other of the tawdry novels in this room.
What was the one before Illithid Society? After between Mold, and Illithid Society?
Slimes of the Northwest.
Slimes of the Northwest.
I have a bit of a fascination and obsession with oozy, wiggly, jiggly things.
And I guess you must have been putting it to some kind of use, but
I kind of look at the oozes and then go, "Can you understand me?"
what if he's making spells out of them? Like, this gem is gelatinous too. Like, was he transforming them into magical items?
I'm going to jog the group's memory that you were told that the Tabaxi in the other village saw him carting it back in a wheelbarrow from somewhere else. So if Dormir made it, it was not made in his laboratory.
It does explain why he was killed by an ooze, since he seems to be so fascinated with them. I'm going to, while people are kind of looking around as well, I'm gonna cast Comprehend Languages ritually, and then start like I'm gonna ask, "Can you understand me?" to the oozes first in Common, and then in Elvish, and then in Sylvan.
Comprehend languages allows you to understand spoken languages?
Yes. I mean, the languages I'm trying to speak to them are ones I know anyway. And then if none of those get a response, then I'm gonna just like start to try to do some more interpretive dance. like, gesturing. Ooh. What?
I need to read up this spell.
Oh yeah. And comprehend languages makes you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear, and you also understand any written language that you see. But you must be touching the surface in which the words are written.
Okay.
It takes about 1 minute to read 1 page of text. Doesn't decode secrets or arcane skills or anything like that. That isn't part of the written language.
Can I roll an Arcana check on the oozes and the big tank and see if they're giving off any inherent magical energy?
You can make one of those checks, and I will tell Eusborial that you are unable to hear any language coming from these creatures.
I rolled a 16 for the Arcana check.
So trying to figure out, you've realized that there's some sort of magical device that holds them in place and being able to not escape. That they're being fed air and food so that they can exist.
Mm-hmm.
And at least you think that it's food of some sort. There's each of them is hooked up to a different thing, and so one of them is being given rock and another one is being given metal, and it's just they go down these chutes and are dropped in, and so there's still a supply left that these oozes may live for a little while longer. You don't know how much they go through and how quickly. There's like organic matter for one of them. There's like old beaten up wooden boards and driftwood, that type of thing, like tree branches and leaves and things. That's what the green one's eating.
Interesting. Okay.
So it
they're
seems like,
living.
are these prisoners? Maybe they're trapped here.
Test subjects, more likely. But
I
I
kinda
guarantee
feel-
you, if we let them out, then we're gonna have a fight in our hands.
Yeah, we probably will, but I kind of feel bad. They seem like they're so calm and curious.
You're welcome to let them go when we are far away from here.
How are we going to do that?
I mean, you can figure it out. I'm sure you're a smart kitty.
Maybe we can unlock the tube and run out after we're done here.
No.
Then they'll just
Do we
escape
have the?
and attack people in
perhaps.
the forest.
Do we have the gem in the wheelbarrow?
Oh yeah, we should actually probably.
Yeah, we should take that.
Oh, I do want to do like a sweep of the room and see if there's any hidden latches, secret drawers, anything like that.
Sure, give me an investigation check.
Two.
I'll be looking around too, because I'm naturally very curious.
Sure.
I think of the 4 or 5 rolls today, only one was over a 5.
That's an 11.
Yep, there's no other hidden stuff in this room.
Dang it.
Did we open the color jars, the little color jars?
Nobody's opened one, no.
I'm curious. I pick up the blue one
Okay,
and open it.
there are a bunch of different blue ones. You open up, is it going to be a darker blue one or a lighter blue one?
I want to open the lighter blue one.
All right. You pick one on the lighter end because it goes dark, lighter, very light, almost white. So you take one from the lighter area, unscrew the top, and it sort of wiggles around a little bit, and then just a little tendril comes up and it touches your skin, and or fur, and it feels very strange to you. It feels warm, and it almost feels like it's talking to you, and it's saying something, but you can't understand the language. You can't understand exactly what it's saying, but you feel like it's trying to communicate with you.
What does it smell like? I bring it close to my nose.
It smells like probably you would get a smell of sort of ashes, like something having been burnt, and blueberries.
Ashes and blueberries. Okay.
It's an interesting combination.
Can I lick it?
Sure.
After smelling the blueberry, it was irresistible and I had to lick it.
All right. You lick the strange ooze in the jar, and as it touches your tongue, again, you feel like it's trying to communicate something to you. But again, you're not sure what it is. And it does taste a tiny bit like blueberries, but also kind of tastes like ashes. So it's not, I mean, I don't know
the
whether,
most delicious.
I don't know if Bug likes ashes, but I would imagine not.
Okay.
I mean, it tastes like blueberry, so it's not the worst either.
Yeah, no.
Blueberry flavored ashes. It's
Yeah.
mediocre. I'm like, okay. I show it to Isboreal. It's like, it's this little guy seems to be saying something to me. Can you see if you understand the offer?
I put my ear toward it really dubiously.
I think you have to touch it.
Must I? And I kind of like put a finger on it.
All right. As you place a finger on it, you can feel it reverberating a little bit, but you don't feel any particular, like it's trying to talk to you or anything. You feel like a slight reverberation. That's it.
It simply seems to be vibrating. It's vibing.
Vibe.
It's not saying anything to you?
Maybe
It's
maybe you have to open up one on your own.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
can you
wait.
open?
Try put it in the conch shell.
Oh.
See if that does anything.
Okay, alright, fine. I put it. Okay, I'm gonna hold it next to the shell. See if it will reach out and touch it.
Okay. It does not reach out and touch it.
Pour it in. Pour it in.
Okay. Is Zip's music disc still in there?
Yes, you'll have to take it out.
Well, it's the slot isn't quite the way it was drawn, the way I was picturing it. It was like it'd be part of the machine, like part of the shell rather than going into that, because that is where the music comes out rather than where the disc goes in.
So where does it go in?
Somewhere like if this is the top of it, it would go in one of those like that. So then it would come down like that.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna do anything and then it would just make a mess.
Yeah, don't break this thing. It's cool. I want to take it with me.
All right. I just thought if it's vibrating, it might be trying to say something, but we can't hear it because it's not loud enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
What if you put it up near the bigger ones? Do they recognize each other?
Hold it to the goo in the jar. Not the jar. What is it? In the capsule. You mean?
Yeah, and the big tubes.
Okay. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll show it to them. Like, do you know? To see if they have a reaction.
The ooze that's in there makes sort of a hand shape and pushes it up against the outside of the like the inside of it as the outside of it touches it like that.
Wow.
And so the ooze kind of slides up and is now hanging on the outside of the jar. Or outside, not the jar, outside of the
Oh, it's out of
containment.
the jar now?
It just pulls itself out and is like onto the side.
Do they look sad?
Flubber.
None of them have had any sort of expression that you are able to read.
No ooze body language.
Yeah, sort of just, I guess, a sort of zoned out look. A dead-eyed expression.
Well,
what if you put it up in the same tube?
Put it what?
What if you put the small one in the same tube as the big one?
Is there a way we can put it inside?
I don't think we should try to open it.
You do know that there's a way to feed the things. So if you put it in the food thing,
intake.
it might potentially get in there.
Okay. I guess we could try that then.
Okay, you put it, you're gonna peel it off, and it comes off, and put it in the food containment thing, which is over to the side, and it goes along the tube. You can hear it going, and then it pops down the top, and it lands on it, and it joins it, and it just sort of gets absorbed into it.
Maybe it's like an energy source or some kind of magic.
Would I have heard of small things accreting to become larger, intelligent things?
Sure.
Is this like a potential conclusion I could draw?
Sure, yeah.
Does it seem particularly bigger or more conscious at this point? The big one that just got absorbed, the small one?
Make an insight check.
Please roll over
I'll do the
a
same.
single digit. Oh yeah, I rolled an 11.
Nice.
Let's see.
And I rolled a 14 for insight.
So 13 total.
You're not sure. I mean, it doesn't look like, now it's making different expressions or it's bigger. It's a tiny bit bigger, but you wouldn't even notice because it's shifting around and moving and stuff that it's hard to kind of tell. Because it's only like one bottle's worth of ooze has been added to it. It didn't seem to make it explode like 4 or 5 times the size. Like it didn't do anything very weird. Didn't have like a chemical reaction like putting baking soda and vinegar together.
What do I know about oozes?
That's a good question. Would you like to do a history?
I would.
Or
kind of. I guess it's the same for me either way. But
whichever you prefer.
13.
13. Refresh my memory on your master's name.
Adarin.
Adarin did not cover oozes a lot. Said they're very uncommon to run into them. They're usually not intelligent, and sometimes if you cut some of them, they'll divide into 2. And so some of them you want to use bludgeoning weapons against or fire, but then some of them get stronger with fire, so you need to use electricity, but others you can't use electricity. Like they all have their own way to beat certain particular oozes, and you can usually tell them apart by their color.
I mentioned this to the others and say, I may have held something about these sorts of things. That's right, you were saying?
The green slimes tend to hang on the tops of places and drop down on people.
Mm-hmm.
The gray ones tend to hang out in like murky water and then wait till you get close and come up and grab you. And there have been basically mentioned to you more in terms of threat rather than in terms of intelligent creatures.
It might just be beasts. I mean, magical, real beasts, but beasts are all the same. If they get cut, sometimes they split into little ones, which might be what we're seeing here. Maybe he took off pieces of them to experiment, and then they want to flow back together.
To make some kind of ooze amalgamation.
Okay. I want to open more of them. So.
Don't open too many now. We don't want them to become hostile.
But don't you want to know what they all smell and taste like? Yeah.
I don't think I want to put it in my mouth. I think that might only be you. But they seem
unless you want to eat them as we're opening them. I'm going to say don't do that.
It will be delicious.
He sucks down this one from the other.
A light red one.
It doesn't seem like it would be healthy for your stomach.
It smells like berries and ash.
Berries and ash.
It again sort of tries to reach out and touch you, and you feel it trying to communicate with you again.
Okay. I'm gonna take a little bit. I'm gonna like. Does it come apart if I pick at it?
If like it stretches, it doesn't break. It's kind of like pulling bubble gum, right?
We've just found a wizard trying to make Play-Doh. Is all.
I was thinking like sentient gack or flubber.
Yeah, I was thinking flubber too. Yeah.
I'm gonna bite a little piece, like chew on a little piece.
Okay. You bite and chew into it. You feel it absorb into your body.
Oh.
Mm. Do I feel good?
Kind of, yeah.
Did it taste good? Oh.
I mean, I'm not going to tell Bug what tastes good or not, because it tastes like strawberries and ashes. Again, if you're like, I'm used to eating like super burned barbecue, like I'm used to just eating the outside and then leaving the chicken.
Like a grilled strawberry is what you're saying.
Grilled strawberry?
Sure, grilled strawberry, we'll go with that.
Okay, so I'm going to eat more, a little bit more.
It absorbs inside of your mouth, like it's absorbing into your skull and into your like palate in your mouth. And
is it stinging him at all? Like, is there any sort of like?
There's no experience of pain or anything from that.
Okay.
Is he trying to make potions out of them? Is that what he was trying to do?
If you've skimmed the potion ingredients out of all the things that he knew how to make, and out of the recipes you see, he is not using any of the oozes to make those particular potions. Okay. So it could be a goal in the future, but it isn't something that you saw in his notes of things that he currently makes regularly. This is like a well-thumbed book where he's like, you can tell that, and he spilled stuff on that one, like, he's made these potions so many times.
Well, I don't know what else we can do here.
That was pretty interesting. We can take them.
I think we should take some of them. Maybe they'll be useful. Or maybe
we can try all the flavors slowly.
Are these the potion ingredients for potions?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we can take...
Can I flick through the book that has all the ingredients in it? Does it... Like all the recipes, I should say.
Yeah. The recipe book has no mention of any of these oozes as ingredients for potions.
And there's like a specific spot that has...
wield potion.
Yeah. There is a specific spot for the ingredients. For the potions though, right? Like... They're separate?
Yep, there's a list of here's all the things you need, and then there's jars of those things in his cupboard so that you can go and make them.
I am going to start taking down this ingredients and like the recipe book and the alembic and all the actual tools of the alchemical stuff. I mean, which I think someone else already took the alchemy set, but...
Is anybody going to start to make anything, or are you just going to save that for some other time?
I mean, how long does it take?
It takes 8 hours.
Oh, 8 hours. It's a long time.
And we're only going to get one potion at the end of that, right?
Well, you would get one potion, and each royal would get one potion. Like, you can do it concurrently.
Okay. Mm-hmm. What time of day is it currently?
So you guys went in basically at the crack of dawn, fought some stuff, took a short rest, took another short rest, fought some more stuff, hung out and talked for a while. It's probably noon.
Okay. Well, we could set off back to Phantom Wall, or we can crash here the night and head off first thing in the morning. Other than that, those
Well, that's
rats, we're pretty safe in here.
I mean, it has a bed,
That's true. There is a bed. We could be a pile.
which it already tried to kill us, so I don't think it didn't do it again.
Well, yeah, it's not going to. I think it was only the covers and not the actual bed itself. Unless the bed grows a mouth and tries to chomp us in the middle of the night, but I think it would have done that already.
I can.
Let's be a pile.
I like that
So I was
idea.
like, I don't know how to respond to that.
But I might try and make us some potions while we're here. We've got some time. And I mean, I think we need them, to be honest. I'll chuckle nervously.
I think so too. Actually, I think I might watch before the pile just to see, because I like to make things with my hands as well.
Now,
Oh.
I've never played with an artificer as part of my group, so I don't know what you have as far as ability to create magic items.
I only have magical tinkering, an arcane weapon. So like magical tinkering basically imbues mundane things to be magical. But the magical effects aren't that cool yet because I'm still a baby.
Yeah, it's level 3 when all the cool stuff kicks in, I think.
Yeah.
Well, you get some cool stuff at level 2 as well. The infused items, at least. But
Yeah, that's true.
I started mine at level 3 for another game, and he came with a rifle that could just magically reload. So
yeah,
That's pretty cool. That's really cool. But as far as anything else, I don't really have much that. Oh, I do have thaumaturgy. I don't really have much that could help make a potion.
I think it's just like experience that you could add, so you might be able to add your proficiency to any roll. Make.
yeah. What do you have a proficiency in alchemical tools, or is it mostly tinker's tools?
I think it's Tinker Tools for me.
Oh, I thought
So
you
when
could
you're
choose
making
like
a-
2. Like you could choose like 2 sets.
When you're
I think there's a couple, but
when you're making a potion, are you actively making it for 8 hours, or it has to sit for 8 hours?
You're actively making it for 8 hours.
So you're not like resting.
Right.
It's not like an hour boil or anything like that. You add the hops in and let it go.
I mean, there are points where, like, you know, if you got to take a break and go to the bathroom, or you want to have your lunch or whatever, like, you can do that. But it's not one of those things where you're going to go to sleep.
Also, earlier when you said when I felt the red goop, did it feel like it was telling me something different than the blue one?
You were unable to tell.
Okay, so it felt like similar.
Yes.
Okay, so did we decided to stay here for the night?
I think so. Unless anyone else has opinions, but I think we should stay here the night and try and make as much time back to Phantom Wall as possible during the day.
should lock the door and maybe put down the gate
Yes.
as well.
Yeah. How are we gonna get this gem back? When just put it in the wheelbarrow?
That was the plan.
Do we know how to use it?
The wheelbarrow? You just
Do we
pick
know
up
how to
one
use
end.
the gem?
Oh.
No, the gem.
I'll gesture to Axe and I'll say her townspeople. I think they know. But honestly,
I see.
What does it smell like? The gem.
Gelatinous gem?
Are you going to eat the gem too?
The gelatinous gem. probably doesn't have a strong enough smell for most people to get. Do you have the ability to do scent as a bugbear? Like, do you have increased scent or something?
I don't think so.
Okay. So yeah, no, you don't know what it is. Just doesn't really have a smell.
It smells like nothing. Okay.
I'm gonna send OS to make up the bed and clean up the bedroom area a little bit.
Okay.
Make it neat.
Sutran can help you like grab the other side of the bed sheet, when you want somebody to help pull it on the other side or whatever.
Right. I mean, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just letting him take care of that.
Okay.
Yeah. That is beneath me.
And then does anybody want to do any reading or anything else while you're there?
I'll probably read some more of those trashy novels.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna read the journal until I get super bored, and then sneakily pull out the vampire book and like put it behind it and pretend to be reading the journal while I'm reading the vampire book.
All right.
Is anyone gonna make a potion with me, or do you wanna?
Yeah, I'll make a potion with you. I want to help.
And any downtime I may have, I'd like to try and read that journal if it's free. But if it's not, then I understand.
If you guys are working on it together, it'll take 4 hours to make one.
Oh, sweet. That's better.
Wait.
Let's do it. Strap gloves that I got from nowhere.
Yeah.
So
I have
then
a little
they
montage
can
of just like gloves on, and then like instruments, and then we just high five, and it's us working over a table.
Yeah, and like at one point, like it just blows up in your face, and we're like, we're stunned, but we laugh at it, like laugh, and then we finish.
Yeah, I like it.
Perfect.
So does that mean you guys are making 2?
No, we're making 1, but it takes half the time.
Still making. Okay.
While those guys are making the potion, can I get to work moving the big gem into the wheelbarrow?
I thought we already got it in. No?
Did
No.
we?
No, nobody moved it. It jiggled around and the hole got bigger. And then you mended it.
Yeah, we should move it just in case something happens.
Keep it in the room with us when we sleep.
Can I lift 50 pounds?
Is it 50? I don't know.
That was a number that Bob gave you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if it's actually.
Can I lift the gem?
It looks like it would be awkward. You feel like it would be easier to carry with 2 people, but it's possible you could do it by yourself.
I'm gonna go.
What's Spring Axe up to?
Spring Axe is happy to help.
Okay.
I mean, but Zip doesn't always want help, so that's why she's not necessarily rushing
I'm not going to
help.
ask for help. I'll just start doing it, and then I'll see if anybody comes.
The
Whispering
table.
Axe.
The table's right there that we're working at, right?
Yeah.
I'm just going to go and like put my hands around it and be like,
Whispering Axe helps you. You can lift it. It's just that it's really awkward to carry.
It's a bit unwieldy.
I look up from the journal that I've been reading, like I'm just sitting in the chair with like my feet propping on each other while I'm reading it, and I look up and go, "Why don't just take the thing is on, so at least
bolt it down."
Is it?
Yes. It's
Okay, I missed that.
We can unbolt it.
Then unbolt it.
Too late for that.
Might be easy to move.
You get it into the wheelbarrow with Whispering Axe's help.
Right. My job here is done.
Give me an intelligence check, Zip.
Six.
Okay. It's all good.
Rip.
It's in there.
Is it upside down, or how is it positioned on the wheelbarrow right now?
It's positioned in a decent way.
I imagine that
I mean,
it's
like-
kind of like oozing over the sides of the wheelbarrow a little bit.
It's not. It's pretty much keeping its form right now. It is spilling over the side, like it's bigger than the wheelbarrow, but it isn't like dripping, like it's currently maintaining its form.
I'm gonna put down the book for a second and like see if I can find something to unbolt that tripod thing that it was resting on.
I suppose if there are the tools to have bolted it down, probably has the tools to unbolt it, so sure.
And kind of contemplate about doing this, and then I realized that my servant is busy making the bed and all that, so I do it myself.
What a dutiful servant.
And then, well, I kind of wanted to just put it under and transport it like that, so I think I will, I think I'll just have, ask some of the other people around to help pick it up, or to pick up the gem again, and then put the tripod thing underneath it in the wheelbarrow and set it back down on it.
That would make it weirdly balanced in the wheelbarrow, though.
Would it?
Yeah, because you're putting like a base on it, but then the base is being tilted as you're tilting the wheelbarrow, because it needs to be lifted up a bit in order to make it move forward, and then as it's hitting rocks and stuff, it's still going to be jiggling around.
I mean, he transported it here in a wheelbarrow. What's the problem with transporting it out in a wheelbarrow?
It seems to be very tender. I think this would be some kind of shield or something on it, and I experiment with like maybe putting the tripod thing upside down on top of it, and then having like a tent or a blanket cloth over it. Provide some kind of
like a little hat.
A blanket seems like a good idea, like putting something soft underneath it so that if it jiggles around, it isn't going to be pushed up against the hard wood.
So I experiment with that, and then I start thinking about like maybe I should just get some sort of padding, and I say as much to the others, and then I have Les bring me some blankets from the bed, from the bedroom, and kind of just try and boss people around.
There are lots of pillows there, like tons of throw pillows, not a lot of blankets. So if you want to use pillows and one blanket, you can do that.
Yeah, those bricks.
From reading the book, what you learn is that he has taken samples from the different oozes and put them into jars, and then tried adding little bits of things to them, to see how they would react, and is keeping an eye on them. They're all sort of experiments.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's discovered is that they're quite agitated, but when he does any sort of art in front of them, they calm down. So he would paint in front of them, and they would watch and just become enraptured. When he put the music on, which is why the conch shell was in here, he would put on music when he wasn't around usually, and they seemed quite content. He's like, I don't like having to do these experiments, but I feel not as so bad because they seem to actually be enjoying some of their time here. They don't seem to be hurt when I take little samples of them, but it's really important that I do this work.
Is there anything in there that says what his final goal is?
No.
Or why he's doing these?
Not in this journal, no.
Are the little jars samples that he took from the bigger?
Yes.
Okay, I see. Maybe he's making edible, delicious.
You could have just stuffed it in the box.
Jelly.
I don't think that he's making
Jelly food, slime food, like jam.
But he wants to keep them happy too. I don't think he's preparing them just for food. I wonder what he wants with them.
Kind of, I want to experiment and see if it applies to any form of art. So like I'll recite, I'll do like a monologue, and then I'll recite some poetry, and then I'll play a little bit, and then I'll do, and I already know that they were interested in the dancing, and then I try to think what else. I take out in my journal, I start writing a poem in front of them. So first, like, so they can see, and then turn away from them. I just want to see how they react to all of it.
They seem less enraptured by the writing. The other things, they seem that they're watching you and following what you're doing.
This is possibly the best audience I've ever had.
If you want to keep reading the journal, you can. You said when you get bored, you're going to put it down. So you let me know if you're like, yeah, that's all I need.
I think for him, I personally would probably want to read more, but I think for him, he would start getting bored about that point. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
he gets distracted to doing all of this performance stuff where then the journal is just kind of sitting there.
All right. So I think the only person I don't know what they're doing right now is Bug.
I'm sampling all of this.
Stop tasting them all.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I've already gathered a few of the other colors.
A nightmare.
Open them. Smelt them.
Okay.
Bug's like that toddler that like just puts everything in their mouth. Just picks it up.
The green one has a sort of mint smell to it, and then there's the pink one smells like flowers. There is a different color blue one, and that smells like, doesn't have like a nice smell to it of food or anything. It just smells that ashy flavor or ashy smell. If you check that with the journal, that would probably be crushed gemstones. Some sapphire that was in there, so it doesn't really smell like anything. So once you smell them, are you just putting the lid back on, or what are you doing?
No, I'm dumping them on the ground a little bit and see, like, two of them, see if they interact with each other.
They start coming towards you and trying to reach and touch your hand again.
Oh, they don't fight. You can't have Ooze fight circle.
Ooze fight circle.
So they both touch my hand?
Yep. They start trying to climb up your arm.
They want to be part of me.
You have become their ruler.
You're the mama Ooze.
By the way, do I feel good or bad or neutral from eating them? Eating one of them?
From eating one, it felt a little bit good.
Okay. So I'm gonna eat the two that are crawling towards me.
Yeah.
The mint and flower.
All right.
Their names. I eat both of them.
All right, you put them in your mouth and they just sort of absorb into you, and you feel like it feels kind of good again. Like you're feeling they absorb into your skin and it feels all right.
I'm just picturing like an 8-hour montage of Bug just like staring at everything like really intensely. Just like
my head.
Oh, these are great. I'm gonna put all of them in Boxy. Just one by one. Should be like have this for later.
All the oozes are put inside Boxy.
Yeah.
At least the small ones. Not
Yeah, the
big
small
four.
jar ones.
So then the potion is going to be completed. Give me you know what? I'm not sure you need to do a roll if you're sitting down to do it and using the stuff. So yeah, you're done making potion at the end. No, you know what? Let's do a roll. Let's make it dramatic.
All right. What do we roll?
Let's see.
do we both roll, or is it like one of us rolls with advantage?
You can do that, whichever you'd prefer. since you're both helping.
Okay.
What's the roll?
I'd say Arcana.
My
Unless
Arcana is
somebody-
+2. What about you?
You roll with advantage, please.
Okay.
And
What's your
showing you-
Arcana?
-1.
Wow. Okay.
I'm
All right. So with
not an
advantage,
intelligent.
first
He's a
one is-
himbo.
First one is 11. Second one is 5. I was really hoping I would get a better roll. I got an 11.
An 11 is enough to succeed on a
Oh.
level 1 potion.
Cool. We did it.
Yeah, high five.
You can add,
Da-na-na-na.
you can add a potion of healing to the group's loot.
Alright, we need
Hey
to start.
guys, we have a potion. We did it. We
Yay.
have a potion. We
So
don't have
we-
to die automatically anymore.
So we have
You had to
two potions of healing, right?
Unboxing.
You had to put orange rind in
Oh yeah.
Of course.
because
Thank you.
healing potions in this world taste like oranges.
We had another potion of something, right?
Lesser
I had a-
restoration.
There were 2 of the orange ones we found in his
Yeah.
drawers, right?
And I
Yes.
fed one to
And one was used
Subi,
on this burial. So.
and we just made another one.
Yes.
So
I'm
the one
writing
you
it
made
down.
is regular healing. The other one that was in the bedside table was more powerful one. Was-
Greater? I think there's. I can't
Greater,
remember.
yeah, it's not greater, it's superior.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Superior. That's cool.
Dang.
Even
This guy's not
Overkill
playing
for-
around. If he gets
Yeah.
hurt, he wants to go right up again. That's why I didn't roll last week. I was like, yeah, use boreals at full.
Okay, next
Oh,
time we
wow.
use it, just take a sip.
Yep. Don't use it all.
Yeah.
Not how it works.
Alright, well. What else? I guess we can make another one.
We could. What time is it now, by the way? Is it like bedtime or
Probably
Probably
twelve.
like dusk.
probably
Like
what?
getting close to dusk.
We could.
Okay. Yeah, I think we could squeeze out another potion. Let's
know
give
what?
it a shot.
Well, let's take a quick break and then just rest up, do some stretches, and get back to it. Also, I kind of want to lock the front door and put that portcullis down because I don't know. I just like to be safe.
While you do that, I'm gonna get a head start on this potion.
All right.
I'm jazzed. I'm so excited. So I started making the potion while I was going to do that.
All right. You go, Swell, you're able to lock the front door and put the portcullis down.
Yeah.
Actually, you're not able to lock the front door. You don't have the key.
Does anybody have the key? Oh, we don't have the key. We broke in.
Someone
Yeah,
reverse
well, what
lock,
happened
pick
to
this
all
door.
the 2 big winged keys?
What
happened? What about those 2 big keys that we found?
You don't work on the door.
Door
Is the
opens
door-
inward, right?
The door opens inwards. Yes.
Okay.
Maybe just pile something in front of it.
I'll get some furniture and then kind of make a wedge out of a couple of bits of wood. I'll just break a couple of legs off the chairs or something.
All right.
No one's getting in here.
There's that suit of armor, the suit of armor on the stand and like the table
Oh,
of
yeah.
tchotchkes.
We got a couple of ways.
Mhm.
Plus a
But-
portcullis.
Yeah, no one's gonna get through that gate.
We just have to worry about getting out again.
Yeah, that's true. So I have to worry about those rats. There was a lot of them.
Oh yeah, the anger rats. Forgot about those.
But hey, at least we're not going to get attacked by any displacer beasts again.
That would be nice. Am I even here to hear this?
From
Pardon?
my memory, it was you that attacked the displacer beasts.
Panthers, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, you know what? there actually is something in the book too that will tell you how to make them into cloaks of displacement. Now,
Oh.
it's beyond what you can do now. You don't think that you're powerful enough to be able to do it, but you have the recipe for when you are more powerful.
Cool. I put like a little, I kind of dog-eared the corner of that for later. Beyond all that, I mean, once all this is done, this bro is probably ready to retire early. He will take the center position in the bed and just like sprawl out like a cat and take up way more space than he should physically be possible.
Does anybody want to do anything else other than the roll before bedtime? Anybody want to do any role playing or anything you need to accomplish in this place?
I'm gonna read to the slimes.
Okay.
Aww.
They just are, instead of like thrashing around and stuff, they're just making very intent faces staring at you.
I'm gonna read one of the like weird, trashy romance novels.
All right.
Loud.
So you guys now have audio books while you're working on your alchemy.
This is great.
And also like with my commentary where I'll be reading it and it's like, and then he ripped open her bodice and I'm just gonna skip the next couple of pages.
What
I
sort
want
of
to know
books?
what happens. Don't skip over the best part.
And then
She cried out. Oh wait, no, sorry. Wow, this
I'm
goes
gonna
on for like
read
20
forward
pages.
And then later that night, while they were cuddling mutually with their clothes on in bed,
Cuddling mutually.
just yeah,
Gentlemen
some
mutually
totally friendly cuddling.
Just platonic bed sharing.
Yeah, platonic bed sharing.
Platonic
Very
cuddle
gentle.
cuddles.
Gentle bed sharing.
Then you guys give me, again, Lauren, do you want to give me 2 Arcana checks?
Let's hope that these are better than last time.
Well, 1 check, but at advantage.
Yes. What was that? 15.
So you've got a second potion of healing.
Yay!
Yay.
So many
And-
potions of healing. So many
That was a
potions.
lesser restoration. That's sorry. What am I saying? Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I can play D&D.
So you guys all go into your cuddle puddle, and
Ooh.
anybody not participating in sleeping on the bed with everyone?
Yeah, and Zip's not gonna sleep in the bed with everyone.
Okay. Are you going to sleep on the floor?
Yeah, I'll sleep in the room with the slimes.
You guys all awake the next day, feeling refreshed and ready for whatever is going to go on for the next day. Do you guys want to do anything or head right out?
Esperial's probably just gonna want to head right out. The line's just about. Now that they've done this, he wants to get back as fast as possible.
Yeah, let's go back and find our masters.
All right.
Yes.
So you guys head out with the wheelbarrow with the gem, and you guys feel like this rush of excitement, this adrenaline of, we completed our first like real quest here. This is going so well. I can't believe what I've done. And like there's this thing firing off, this sort of serotonin or dopamine or whatever is released in your brains that is making you feel rewarded for doing well on an adventure. And this is linked to how you are all gifted, how you are all able to level up and things like that and heal just by resting. You are feeling rewarded for having done this. It is its own reward above and beyond anything else. You continue on your way. you see some monkeys that have those blue fruits again. But this time Whispering Axe is with you and says, oh, watch out for them. They're going to try and throw blue fruit at us and try and get us to all smell like fermented wine, and then the Chimera will come and attack us. So just clean yourselves off if you get hit. And so that's pretty easy to get past. There's that place that you guys had to have the ropes go across to successfully get across the mud, but it's not a problem mostly now because it's dried up. You've had like a full day of sunshine for it to dry. And now I want you guys to make, whoever's wheeling the wheelbarrow, make a dexterity check to make sure that the thing arrives in one piece. And you will not make it at disadvantage because you put some cushioning in.
Oh, nice. The cushioning did work.
I don't mind taking that on unless someone else wants to.
I mean, my dex is +3. What's your dex?
It's a little bit too much table talk for me, but you are definitely more dexterous than I am.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. If you, the other thing is, we probably feel a little bit more responsible for it. But if you were like, let me take it, I might just be like, all right, go for it. So
unless anybody else wants to go for it.
Well, I'm sure there's probably been passed around a bit.
That's why I figured. It's probably like we all take turns doing it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with helping you out.
If you're all taking turns doing it, then I want the person with the worst dexterity to make the check.
Oof.
Oh no.
Mine is a 2, so.
Yeah,
Mine's
mine's
a
+2.
1.
So.
I think it's it.
That is it. Make a regular dexterity check.
13.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, you make it back successfully. There's a moment where it starts to wobble a bit, and it looks like it might fall out, but you manage to get it back on course.
Sure.
With Whispering Axe's ability to help you avoid some of the other dangers of the forest, it's pretty easy for you guys to get back. And you return to town. You're getting close to Phantom Wall, which, if Lauren has not been there before, so I'll describe it, is it starts to grow cold. There's a canopy over your head, and it's gotten dark. And you see these red lights glowing in the distance. And around them are these spectral forms. These red lights are the eyes of rows of spectral tabaxi. And they look at you, specifically at Stinging Nettle, and says, "You wish to enter Phantom Wall. You must promise that you will not attack anybody within, any citizen, unless they choose to duel. We are mighty warriors, and we may decide to practice or spar with you, and that is fine. But were you to attack any of us, you will bring the entire wrath of the ghost army upon you. Do you agree not to bring violence?"
I don't see why I would want the ghost army upon me, so no, I won't bring violence.
Very well. Remember your promise.
Definitely.
Okay, so then you guys get past that, and you get inside Phantom Wall, where Zip is a villain. So are you guys going to do anything
That's
about
right.
that?
Maybe
Okay.
they forgot.
Let's get our story straight before we get there, everyone. We chased down the evil elf, and we gave her a good talking to, and she's promised to mend her ways. Does that
Yes.
sound?
Or we can say that this is her good twin sister.
Ah, yeah, I like that.
I mean, what are they going to do anyway? They were a bunch of nerds.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, didn't you get a cool... Was I supposed to make you a cool cloak? I don't remember anymore. I was supposed to make you some costume stuff to enhance your villain look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll dress up like even more of a villain. I'm happy to go in and like pantomime and scare the kids again.
Lean all the way in to the villainy of the evil elf.
Well, maybe if we don't mention it, they won't mention it.
Maybe that will work. I think the less wrath we can incur, the better. I didn't know there were ghosts. I don't like ghosts.
Don't worry, the ghosts, they're not going to do anything. The people in the town, they're not going to do anything. They're a bunch of nerds.
But none of my cool things work on them. Okay. As long as they're not going to spar with me or attack me, I think we're good.
It's probably only a matter of attacking them. I made one of them fall asleep and they didn't come after me, so.
Oh, okay. So I guess it's a very loose
That's a very literal interpretation.
Yes.
So maybe I shall go first and say, behold, we have tamed the savage beast, the evil elf, and turned her to our side. She is now repented of her wicked ways. Yes, I think I'll do that.
Performance or deception?
Make me look cool. Make me look cool.
Yes. As cool as we can.
I'm going to put my hair down and like look like an evil elf that's been caught in the woods.
I'm not going to try to like dress her up a little bit so that she looks even more like cool and like, high collar and everything.
All right,
Before we go in,
just
before going, I'm
check?
also going to give Zip and NETTLE a inspiration and be like, I'll do my best to make you look good, even though and I'm sure you can manage it with my help.
Sweet.
And yeah.
You said a disguise check?
Yeah, so that would be, I guess, sleight of hand, maybe? Performance? Probably performance.
Is it me or Zip?
You're putting it on Zip, so you're applying. So what you do can impact Zip's performance. So
Would
your
it not
performance,
be dexterity?
I believe that it's a dexterous thing, isn't it?
Yes. Well, performance is not. Performance is charisma, but sleight of hand or a straight dex roll is dex.
No, it's going to be charisma. Performance charisma.
What?
Yep.
Well, it's an 8.
An 8? All right.
You have a bardic inspiration too.
Oh, that's right. Is that advantage or plus?
Plus d6.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so let's roll 1d6. 6. Yes.
Hey.
Nice.
So now it's
So 13 total.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Boreal, you're making the proclamation. So you do a performance check or deception check. I guess deception.
That's the same for me either way. But yeah. See what I can't bardic inspiration myself. 14.
14. All right. And then what sort of performance are you trying to pull off here with Zip? Are you trying to look scary but cowed? Like, how's this? What's the deal?
Me, I just want to look cool. whatever the story, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna like just assume like there's some like cool like deep mascara, like not mascara, but like some eyeliner to make the eyes look really deep and creepy, and like some like dark like makeup and like a pops collar with like a flowing like number behind it. It's just like cool. I have thaumaturgy, so I might like make some like mist trail behind.
All right.
Really cool.
So the people that gather around, first of all, Whispering Axe's parents rush up and give her a great big hug and are like really happy to see her and are really proud of her for going on her first big quest without them and going off on their own. And, they're off sort of the side, and the rest of the town is watching you guys and are like, oh, oh, and they seem worried and, you know, really anxious about Zip coming in. They're like, but she came through the ghosts and made the promise?
She did.
Okay, well then we'll trust her. You got the gem. You got the gem. And everybody's
We
eyes
did. She helped
settle
us secure the gem.
on Swell bringing up the rear with the big gem, and they, you know, come just. You've never seen these cats move faster than they've moved. Yeah.
Can I actually do the thing? Because we had the blanket over it and like the pillows cushioning it.
Yeah.
So when Swill comes in, you know, Zip is standing in the middle of it, just looking like cool and like kind of standoffish and brooding. And I do the whole spiel about, you know, she repented for her wicked ways and helped us in our quest, helped us to recover this. And I whip off the blanket and reveal the gelatinous.
So dramatic.
All right. The cat people come pouring out of there, like just pouncing down on all the different levels to get there faster. And they're like, oh, wow, 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 wow. And they're like really amazed by this. They go, fantastic. Oh, we got to set it up. We got to set it up. And they're trying to figure out who should do the vision. And this one cat goes, I think it should be me. I think you all know that I'm the one who knows best about how to scry. And people just go, oh, no, 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 no. He goes, what? And then there's like some disagreement with some of the other people. They're like, no, I think it should be, what were their names here? Give me a second. Okay, it's on the other sheet.
So there was comic book guy and
Comic book guy.
that was his best comic book guy impression ever.
That's pretty good.
It was really good.
Let's see, what are their names?
And I lean over to Boreal. Wait, who said that they were nerds? Was that Zip? I lean over to Zip.
Yeah,
I think we all did.
Yeah, and said, "You're right. They are nerds for sure. Definitely.
Don't worry, they can't hurt you.
So that guy was.
Look at this, and I'm gonna like turn to a little kid and go, "Oh boo!"
Kid
Try
runs
and
away.
scare them.
Hides underneath the buildings that are built on these sort of stilts.
Oh, this is fun.
So the nerdy guy was named Thrice Fired Vaz, and the guy, one guy has like a really, really long scarf, and his name is Long Dusk Sky Scarf. It's like a rainbow. It goes from purple all the way to yellow. He's like, let me please be the one who does the vision. I think I don't mind trying if you would like.
Keanu Reeves. And if so, I love it. I'm here for it.
Well, I suppose that could be somebody that I'm not too aware of this character. I can only scry people on this island if he is beyond this island of sleeping fire.
That's okay.
It's not somebody I can see.
Prime material plane or something like that. It's no big deal. Anyway, let's go.
Before we do, one quick question, just to, you know, you can try more than once, right? Like if you try, the gem's not going to go anywhere. It's going to still be there. Yeah?
They sort of look at each other and go, none of our other scrying things have disappeared on us.
All right. Well,
So
I mean,
oh, okay.
yeah, we can try multiple times then. If it doesn't work for you, then maybe that guy can try, and I'll point to someone else, you know?
Sure, I mean, we probably will all try and get a crack at it. I was just hoping to be the first one, but...
Oh, sure, yeah.
But it should be for you guys. Which one of you has the question? What are you asking me to scry on? Who, where, when, what, how?
Yeah, we should definitely let Keanu Reeves go at it for sure. But
from memory, they needed something from our masters, right? Something that was like to help scry on them. Is that correct?
Your memory of the scry spell is that makes it easier to do. However, they're probably not using, they may not be using the scry spell exactly. That may be more of like a special power. You know how like if you look in the monster manual, not everything a monster can do, like turning someone to stone from a Medusa, is a spell.
Right, right.
So this may aid them
okay.
or may not aid them.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and ask, do you need anything else besides a name and a description?
I guess not, if that you just want me to scry for a particular person. Sure. Who do you want me to look for?
It's Burial because it's who he is. It's just gonna barrel ahead and say, Adelin, what's his last name? Adelin L'Oreal. She is about yay tall, dark hair, kind of looks like me, gold eyes, sort of elf. You know, a bit much longer, pointy ears. She's a wizard. Tends to wear lots of feathers.
Okay, I'll see what I can do. So you've put the wheelbarrow down. It's in the middle of the town. You've arrived back basically around dusk again because it takes about a day to travel there. And the stars are starting to come out in the sky. He starts waving his hands over. The scarf starts blowing in the wind a little bit, like there's a breeze coming, this magical energy emanating from this gem as he's connecting with it. I can see. And you guys can all see a little bit too. You can see into this gelatinous gem, and it starts to turn purple. And you see into the gem what he is seeing. You see the face of Izubriel's master, like this. And they're just held, not moving, paused, caught in some sort of purple crystal. And the vision pans back, and we see Zip's master, and we see Boya's master, and we see Swell's master, and we see Malkin's master, all 5 of the people who are upstairs, and 5 different gemstones, purple gemstones spread out like 5 fingers sort of. And it pans back more and more, and you see that these are all on the forehead of an enormous bird, a fiery bird. And it has strange feathers flowing at its tail. And you realize they're not feathers, they're tentacles.
Yeah.
And there's this phoenix kraken purple crystal monster flying through a snowy sky in the dark. And that's where your masters are, and that's where we're going to end it tonight.
Wow.
Oh.
Wait, can I, before
That's
we
okay.
end it, can I ask if I can find my family and see where they are?
Yes,
Oh, right,
if you want to, Lauren, if you're not going to be back with us next week, we can say that they will do that. They will look for it. But what happens is after Keanu has that vision, Garth goes, and like it looks like the energy has been sapped out of him, and he falls to the ground, and he seems a bit withered and affected by it, and it has hurt him to do this vision.
Oh no.
This crystal is so powerful. Using it causes him grief and pain. And so if you're willing to do the vision yourself, they will try to teach you. Or maybe you can coerce one of them into doing it. Maybe one of them like, maybe it'll be different for me.
Yeah, I think maybe Keanu wasn't that strong, but I think that somebody has the strength in them to find my family. I think somebody is cool enough to do another reading from this crystal.
All right, so make a persuasion check.
All right. I'm gonna roll like my life depends on it. It is a 19.
So the guy who cracked his knuckles like that before was like, okay, I think I should have been the one who had a shot here. So thrice fired Vaz comes up and tries to do a vision. And he sees a vision of your parents. You see your mother. You have to pick one of them. You pick
My mom.
your mother.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a vision of her in her silver coat in a garden in a very warm location, tropical. And it pans back and you see that there's a lynx tabaxi beside her. And there's a jaguar and a panther and all of these other different types, a tabby, a calico, cats, all lined up, standing there holding golden plates with fruit on them. And it's panning up to like this divan where it looks like somebody's sitting and the vision stops and it's too much for thrice-fired Boz and he just falls. But you got an idea of that she's on a tropical island somewhere with a bunch of other tabaxi that need saving.
In servitude. Everybody, I want to go on this journey with you, but I have to rescue my family. They're keeping them somewhere and I have to go back to make sure that they're safe. This will not stand any longer.
That's understandable. I mean, family is family. So I think you should take at least one of the potions that you helped to make.
Yes, I'll keep one for the journey southward.
You guys can have another one you can make one the next day anyway, so you don't have to mark one off. Because the tabaxi want you to stay with them and they want you to help them, or they want to help you so that they can help guide you to where you're going. Because they also care about those tabaxis that have been caught. And
Let's
so
do it together.
And I also kind of sneakily give Stinging Nettle the vampire book that I've taken.
For company on the road. Thank you.
I don't know how I found it. It was just in my bag.
Oh, I wonder
But
how
I thought you'd like it.
there. I did like that one. I like the audiobook, the reading out loud. That was a fun time to be able to make the potion.
The abridged audiobook.
And I hug it's for real. And I scritch the top of the hair.
And do a little squish around the ears.
Yeah, it was like purr. Foxy.
Foxy smiles and then pops out some dragon fruit.
Oh, this is a new one. Thank you, Foxy. And I also
Yes.
scritch at Bugs for. Oh, you got some more this time.
Yeah, and thanks for showing us the cuddle pile.
I hope
my-
you keep using it in the future.
New favorite thing.
Probably not until he
I
takes a bath.
I give
Yeah,
you
maybe
one
take
of
a bath.
I give you one of the slime jar thing.
Oh, just in case I like the flavor. I see.
Yeah, I gave you the brown one.
Oh no! It's either chocolate or something much more unsavory.
Okay.
I'm kind of now imagining
But
that it's
I
the Dragon
think
Quest
it's-
slimes.
I think it's the best one because it's might be potato. That's why.
Potato. Thank you for giving me your favorite flavor. I appreciate it. Zip. You're the best villain I ever did see. You continue to rock it, and it's okay. You're on this quest for a reason, and never forget it.
Yeah, same.
Oh, I will never forget my purpose, but keep being a villain, and I think you'll do just fine. Now give me the villain laugh. You have to complete the look.
Zip's not in the mood to laugh.
Oh. Okay.
She's
Swell.
gonna scare another kid instead.
Oh, that's good too. I like that. Yeah. Your little clap.
Swell's crying.
I'm really sorry for dropping a door on your foot.
It's okay. It happens. I
But
mean,
it was fun making potions with you.
I wish there was a way we could help you and help our masters at the same time. They're both really important things to do.
They are, but perhaps our paths will cross again. I have a feeling this isn't going to be the end of the journey.
No.
even after I find my parents. I
think
still
you're
want to
right.
learn all I can about artificing and alchemy. So we'll probably end up meeting again.
Yeah. You gotta find your master if he's still around, or if maybe he is gone. I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
We'll have to find him too.
but they're good people here, and they'll help you as much as they can, if they can.
Also, they're such cowards. They can basically just do anything as long as you have like a strong will and you scale them a little. I'm sure they will.
Maybe I can become a villain too. Good to know. Thank you for everything. I really appreciate you taking me into your group. And Bug, no more skinning things, okay?
You got it. No more skinning things, I guess.
Fingers crossed behind his back.
All
You gotta
right.
skin potatoes before you eat them.
I think that's no skinning things that are not fruits or vegetables. How about that? Or trees, I suppose. You can get some bark off of trees.
Just getting things that would get
Anyway,
helped by it.
cats.
Yeah.
Well, with that, I'm going to tell you that when you guys had your moment of serotonin and dopamine, that was you leveling up.
Nice.
They do their victory poses.
So you guys will now finally have made
Wow.
it to level 2, and you're starting to feel a little more successful and powerful, despite the fact that you just had a revelation that made you feel perhaps not so powerful. And
Uncomfortable and scared.
yeah,
Also possibly in denial.
yes. But I guess we should go to our outro. So first of all, let me thank Lauren for joining us for 3 awesome games.
Thank you for
so
having
much.
me.
Yeah.
This is a lot of fun. Thank you so much for inviting me, Pris.
Yeah, I'm glad you can make it. It was a ton of fun.
Do you want to tell people about where they can catch you or what you've got going on?
Yeah, you can find me on basically all social medias at Lab Illustration. So that's Instagram, Twitter, Patreon, Etsy, as well as we just started a YouTube show called Painted in Color, dedicated to amplifying voices of underrepresented artists in the arts community between animation, games, illustration, and more. We just began, so our next episode will be on Monday the 20th, if I'm not mistaken, if that's the right date. Oh, sorry, Monday the 19th. It's not Tuesday anymore. Monday the 19th at 10 p.m. PST if you want to catch our show. And I'm currently doing a drawing challenge called 31 Boutiques, so go check it out on my Instagram if you're interested. And that's it.
All right, thanks, Lauren. Let's bump over to Matt.
Yeah, nothing much going on with me other than this. This is, like I said, my new thing. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support. Yeah, cheers.
All right, Caitlin.
Thanks for watching, guys. I don't have anything particular to promote, but you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
And Boya.
I'm just working on 5 Worlds graphic novel. So that's the only thing that is I want to, I guess, shout out today. So check it out if you haven't. I mentioned it a few times in the past. But yeah, otherwise, you know, check out my stuff on Instagram.
Priscilla?
Hi, I'm Priscilla. I don't really have anything in particular going on either right now. So you can find my stuff on Twitter at AutumnFlame, or check out my website at priscillakim.com.
Are you streaming tonight?
I am not. So.
Okay. And I'm Brian, and this week I'm going to plug something called Packaging Your Imagination, which is part of the Canadian Society of Children's Authors, Illustrations, and Performers. They're doing a little conference. Well, not little, it's little because it's online. Otherwise, it'd be large. Saturday, October the 24th. And if you guys want to learn all about making kidlit stuff or whatever, it's got a lot of good programs for authors and illustrators that are interested in getting involved in that or honing their craft. And I'm going to be doing a talk on how to show, not tell in comics. So if that's your jam, you can check it out. Thanks everyone for joining us, and may you leave your magical mark behind.
Nice,
I don't know.
nice.
Oh, that's
I
pretty
like
good.
that.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good.
All right. But remember to come back and get it next week when we play. I think we're going to be a person down. Isubriel won't be joining us next week.
No.
But we're still going to have a show on Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST. So thanks everyone for joining us, and tell a friend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.